Larry, you kind of there was a quote or people associated you with saying that Lorenzo Lingard should maybe move to linebacker, and that may have been taken out of context. But how do you think? Do you think Miami will miss Lorenzo Lingard? 5-star ends up at a rival like Florida. How do you think about how all that played out?
Well, I think if I said that, I felt at the time he just wasn't progressing. Because if you're a 5-star anything, you should jump to the front of the line real quick. I just, when I had a chance, to watch him play in high school, and his speed was the thing that really did him. He didn't really have to be a technically sound runner. I didn't think he was the greatest running back prospect. I just thought he was very fast. I mean, and that's a thing. And it took him so long. He was hurt all the time. There was a lot of things. I just felt maybe a position change may have done him better. If I did remember saying it, I don't remember saying linebacker, but if, I believe I thought safety or so at the time.
Okay.
But, I don't know. It is what it is. He's going to Florida. I wish him nothing but the best. I just don't think he's a mark right at this point, that he's a marquee back. I don't think he's one of those guys where you could say, well, he's going to turn us around, because he's never given any indication. Even in the opportunities he had down here, he never broke things away. So I just think he was a back that was rated on his athleticism on his side. He was a great sprinter. He's a great hurdler. I just didn't think, even watching him in high school, that he was a great running back. He just had a lot of speed and can break, if he broke through the line of scrimmage, he could go. I don't think he was, they got two guys coming in now with Jalen Knighton and also Don Chaney Jr., who are just phenomenal running backs, who were guys who that's all they played all their lives. And, even though Chaney was a 3-time state high jump champion his last year at 7 foot, I just think, and I had a chance to watch Jalen Knighton's dad, Rodney, play in high school at Miami Central and went to Louisville. I just think they're more coming out as pure running backs and not relying on, the top end speed or this or that. They're just instinctive backs who can catch out of the backfield, who are instinctive to run from the line of scrimmage, and more so than I thought Lingard was.
And I'm glad you said that, because we got 4-star Jalen Knight and 5-star Don Chaney, two great running backs. I think our running back position is set up for success.
Yeah.
Well, in your opinion, what is the difference between a 4-star and a 5-star?
Well, you're asking the wrong person. I'm not a star guy, because I think these things are sometimes they're awarded by people who watch film. They don't really see these kids, live in games, and that's the one thing that I've been fortunate in. And if you look at Don Chaney's stats, and a lot of people go, well, he didn't run for that much. Well, first of all, he was at a school in Berlin Jesuit that really didn't have a lot of quality linemen. So whatever he got was all him. And in his sophomore year, they played against Miami Southridge, who was loaded at the time on the line. And he carried 23 times for 97 yards. And I thought that was the most impressive 97 yards I ever saw. I mean, because whatever he did, he got on his own. And that's what I'm saying. You give him an opportunity at this level, at the collegiate level, because he's a freaky athlete. You got to remember, when you high jump 7 feet, I mean, that's pretty impressive. So he's got a lot of athleticism. He's a very intelligent kid, and he's been around. His dad's been a football coach since he was born, so he's been around the game, and he's played in a situation where he had to pretty much do everything to excel. His team wasn't Miami Central or St. Thomas or any of those, powerhouses. He had a team that was an average high school football team. His school was predicated on athletes being student athletes. You just couldn't come in off the street and play at Berlin Jesuit. You had to, start there as a 9th grader or move into the area. So, I think he's going to be a phenomenal back at this next level because of his ability to learn, his athleticism, and I just, he's not a 4-3-5 guy, but at the same time, he's pretty quick and he's powerful and he knows how to run the ball. And you look at a guy like Jalen Knighton. Here's a guy who's extremely versatile. He glides. You never really get a good shot at him. I think he's a kid that you send out on the backfield a lot like they did with Lamar Miller. He doesn't have Lamar Miller's, blinding speed, but he certainly has his athleticism. He has an opportunity to help Miami in so many ways of catching the ball out of the backfield, line of scrimmage running. So, yeah, you're right. They've got two really good backs. Plus, you got an opportunity to see a Cameron Harris who, if Cameron could get some blocking, he could be – I mean, I think he's pound for pound the strongest kid on the team. And I watched him – he and Naquan Wright, Naquan is a redshirt freshman at the University of Florida. They were in the same backfield, and I thought they complemented each other extremely well. And they had blocking, and you could see the way Cameron ran. I think he's got an opportunity with Darren teaching that offensive line a little bit more with the spread type of offense that they're going to be running, where you're going to have a little bit more vision from these running backs. I think he's going to lead the way and kind of pave the way for these two young kids.